in New Mexico upon which you differ from your opponent?
Well, I think we can all agree that energy is a critical issue for the state of New Mexico. And we have an opportunity to really lead the world on this issue. We have the most incredible national lab in Sandia that actually has a long history of being able to work outside the gates with private industry, with entrepreneurs to transfer technology into the private sector and to grow our economy here. We also have some of the most incredible entrepreneurs in the world and some of the best investment in new sources of energy coming in with places like Shot Glass, Shot Solar, investing $100 million manufacturing facility here. Where I think we disagree is that my opponent has said, you know, wind, solar, that stuff is way off in the future. Well, it's not. It's jobs in New Mexico today, thousands of them, right here in Albuquerque. When we brought Advent Solar here, it means real jobs. When we bring Shot Glass here, it means real jobs. When our local entrepreneurs like Sacred Power and 310 Solar and all the other small businesses that have popped up in this community, they're providing quality jobs with real benefits and real wages. We should support that kind of a new energy economy.
Mr. White.
Energy, let's start off with energy. Martin, you supported and worked and lobbied for groups that over the years blocked drilling and blocked nuclear technology as a source of power. And now you say you support them. I've heard more believable stories where people have stopped for speeding, Martin. These are the reasons why we are currently in the condition we are in and paying the prices that we are in. Because many of these groups have fought so hard to block drilling and nuclear technology. Now we're paying more at the private pump. Martin, on taxes, you support the largest tax increase in American history. And let's look at that tax increase. For a teacher and a police officer making $60,000 a year, about $1,800 more a year in taxes. You would reinstate the marriage penalty. Why would we want to penalize marriage? And also the death tax was come back. A farmer working out in Torrance County his entire life to one day build his farm and pass it along to his children, only to have, before that happens, have the federal government stick out its grubby hand and say, not until I get mine. And also about working together as a community. Martin, you blocked roads on the west side, you and your groups, when they were so critically needed, when people were sitting in traffic. You stopped them and you stood up and said no. But at the same time, you supported a $270 million trolley car for your own non-tourist district, and you would have extended our taxes for 10 years to do that. I'll never do that. We need to work together as a community, not pit one against the other.
Thank you. Mr. Heinrich, care to respond?
I am once again the only person up here who's probably worked in a nuclear reactor. And I know their upsides and I know their downsides. And I've never worked against nuclear reactors in this country. I think they're an important part of the bridge to the future. They produce less carbon than coal. That said, they are not the long-term solution, and we still have to work on what our long-term clean energy solutions are. I also think that you can protect the Valle Vidal in northeast New Mexico and still drill 99% of the Raton Basin. I don't think that's a drill nowhere approach. That's a drill where it makes sense approach. That's a balanced approach. That's how we've managed our public lands as Americans, so that we don't have to have drill rigs in Carlsbad Cavern to develop the bulk of the Permian Basin.
Mr. White.
And I'm going to go back to the terrorist surveillance program. It's very important in this country. Martin, you said when we were debating last time, I tracked down to Osama bin Laden in Pakistan. But yet you would not allow our intelligence officers the legislation so they can track a known terrorist who is calling into this country. So how in the world would you want to track down Osama bin Laden when you wouldn't even allow our intelligence officers, you would require our intelligence officers to go to a judge first and get a warrant before, and that